What's something that you tell yourself on a consistent basis? And something might be, oh, you know what, Matt, I don't think I'm ever going to move past it, or this is the way that I am for life, or I've tried everything, or nothing ever works for me. I'm just the type of person who's going to stay stuck here, or I have it worse than anyone else. And then go, right, you know what? Is that actually true? Or is that just something I've continually told myself over and over and over again to a point where now I just have an identity that believes it? Is it actually true? And for those of you who are behind the screen right now or in your ear pods saying, oh Matt, it is true, now we can see why you're stuck, because you've really cemented that identity in. You've really cemented it. Because you wouldn't, and let me catch you out here to do you a favour, you wouldn't be listening to me or watching me right now if there was that part of you that actually believed that to be true. Because otherwise, what's the point in being here? What's the point in being here? You could be listening to, you know, a comedy podcast, or you could be listening to an audio book, or you could be listening to something else on this walk right now, or on this tube, or wherever you are. But you're not, you're with me. Why? Because there is a part of you, hear me on this, there is a part of you that knows the truth. And the truth is that this isn't who you are, and you don't need me to confirm that. I said this to you a moment ago. This isn't who you are. This isn't you. This limiting emotion is not you. But what you have done is fabricated stories, fabricated beliefs in line with the fact that you've started to believe, because this might have been around for a day, a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long it's been, you've started to fabricate lies and beliefs and stories around the fact that it cements this identity that maybe this is who I am, because you know what? To just accept it at this stage is probably easier than just to, you know, have to do something about it. But the truth is, it's not easier. It's more painful. It makes it more painful. It might give you short-term, oh, you know what, Matt, I just don't have to try anymore because this is just who I am. BS! I told you, I'm the BS catcher. It's BS. It's rubbish. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to tell you how you should or shouldn't feel. I'm saying this because I was someone who lived that. I was caged for many, many years in that way. And I use the word caged because that's what it is. I was limited. I bought into these limitations. The identity of someone I believed who wasn't good enough, who couldn't overcome things, who didn't get the good things in life. And you know what, even if things start going good, no doubt it's going to come back and bite me in the backside at some point anyway. Yeah, I had all of that. All of that. So trust me, I know it very, very well. And this identity that you have cultivated for yourself through no blame or shame or finger pointing here, but like I always say, it is a responsibility of ours. The identity you have created here for yourself isn't who you are at your core, at your truth, but it's someone who you've been unwittingly buying into. You've been investing in that person. That identity within you, you have been investing in. And every time you tell yourself that limiting emotion or trait or the story or the belief that fuels that, you invest even more into it. And guess what? It pays dividends back to you. That's the identity you've created for yourself. I suppose my question for you on this particular episode is that really true? Is that really true? Honestly. You know what? Let me put my weapons down. You know what? You're right. You're right. It is you, isn't it? It is. You were born this way. From the moment you've been born and come into this world, this is exactly who you are. There's never been moments in your life of joy and of happiness and of freedom, have there? You've never experienced what it's like to be free and experience freedom. Not even as a child you didn't do that. You was always anxious from the moment you opened your eyes as a young baby, from the moment you was going to school and everything that happened. This has always been you, hasn't it? There's never been a moment, not even one moment in your life where you've been free of this, is there? See how nonsensical that sounds. Absolute BS. I've said that a couple of times now. Of course it isn't you. Of course it isn't. So it's about time we stop buying into this trait. We stop investing in this part of our identity. Because if there's an identity we want to buy into, Well, surely we want that something to be empowering. If I'm going to invest my energy, effort, emotion into a part of me and invest into myself in that way, then surely I want it to be a part of me that makes me feel more empowered and upbeat and excited and rejuvenated. Because that part's going to actually pay me back dividends as well, and that part's going to pay me back in ways that feel good, not ways that keep me compounded in this way. But here's the thing. You, me, whoever else it may be on this earth, that identity doesn't happen by chance. We need to know, what is it I'm stepping into? Let me go back to the parent analogy. Let me expand two here. Parent analogy or getting a promotion at work. There's that part of you that goes, God, you know what? I'm bringing this baby into the world. There's going to require more of me in that way. And you think about what that's going to look like. Even before you're there, when you're stepping into that job, you go, God, I've been offered this promotion. Wow, it's going to require more of me. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. But you step into it. You bring a higher part of you. You do it and you're there consistently. You show up for yourself consistently. And guess what? This is where I get passionate. Guess what? After a day, a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years of being that parent or being in that promotion, that's just the norm now. I've just got used to it. I just get used to it. One time that was a part where you was nervous. I'll keep it PG. You was incredibly nervous about stepping into that particular role of a parent or a promotion at work. You weren't sure if you was going to be able to do it, but you saw a vision higher for yourself, you committed to the truth, and you leveled up and you went and acted and stayed in that place. And you was there consistently, you didn't waver from being that parent or doing that job, and now it's just the norm. Now you look back at when you wasn't a parent, or you look back at when you did that old job and you think, bloody hell, how easy was that? How easy was that? For some of my younger audience here, when you're in secondary school and you're doing GCSEs, God, these are big. Then when you go and do your A-levels, you look back at GCSEs and you think, oh, that was a walk in the park. Then when you go to university and you look back at your A-levels, you think, oh geez, that was a walk in the park. Then when you're getting a job in the quote unquote real world and you look back at university, you go, oh, you know what, yeah, there was a bit of time, but you know what, I'll take that all day now. I've got so many other things I'm thinking about. Because why? Because when you step into a higher part of you, you obliterate what sits beneath it. How could I possibly deliver this podcast to you now and do this work that I do with people around the world if I still bought into that place that, you know what, I'm not good enough and that is who I am and I've tried everything and I wouldn't. This person who you see on screen or who comes through your ears right now, I created this guy. It's still me, still Matt Young. It has obviously I'm my own values and morals and who I am at my core. But I created a vision of what this was going to look like, and now I step into it every single day and I own that part of me. And I do it consistently now that that's who I've become. I've become my own parent, or had my own promotion, and I created that. That's the exact same for you. The exact same for you. And whatever your limiting emotion or whatever it may be that you've been buying into, you know, stop investing in it. I'm not saying that you're not gonna face challenges in life, or we're not gonna have obstacles. Like, we're human beings, of course we are. But does that mean I need to constantly invest in this thing that's not worthwhile? No. Think of a friend who always treats you badly, a friend who always disregards you, a friend who always lets you down, who isn't loyal, who isn't there for you. Every time you're around them makes them feel like crap. Are you going to invest in them? Are you going to invest your love, your time, your energy in someone who treats you like that? No. The same goes for your emotions. But if you want to break out of that, and the whole essence of this is creating an identity for a breakthrough, you need to know not even the details of it, but what does that part look like?